I had a really public breakup recently. It was a wake-up call for me in the sense of like, okay, you're going to do this on your own and you're going to be fine.
Right.
And you're not going to worry about what anyone thinks and has to say, because the relationship was rocky for a very long time. So, because I don't believe another person can break anyone.
Listen, the tension between Taraji P, Henson, and Nia Long just went from quiet shade to full-blown Hollywood chaos. These two have been giving each other side eyes for years, ever since they shared the screen on Empire. And word is, Nia's been allegedly tossing slick comments Taraji's way for a while now. But baby, it looks like Taraji just hit back harder than ever, because the latest buzz online claims she might be cozying up with none other than Ime Udoka, the same man who had Nia in the headlines for all the wrong reasons. Yeah, that Ime, the one whose name had the internet talking for months. And let's just say, Nia ain't exactly thrilled about this rumor. You already know she doesn't play when it comes to her image, so seeing Taraji linked to her ex? That's not sitting well at all. But now everyone's asking, how did Taraji even end up in this mess? And is she really the one stirring the pot here, or just caught in the middle of Nia's storm? Here's what went down. Taraji and Nia's history dates all the way back to when Nia joined Empire in Season 3, playing Juliana, Lucius Lyon's ex. Fans were hyped. Two powerhouse actresses on the same show? It sounded like TV gold. People were expecting fireworks on screen, not behind the scenes. Everyone thought Nia would stick around long term, maybe even become part of the main cast alongside Taraji and Terrence Howard. But oh no, the behind-the-scenes energy was off. Fans could feel it through the screen. Something just wasn't clicking. And you know how the internet is. Once folks smell drama, they turn into detectives overnight. It didn't take long before people started digging into interviews, red carpet clips, and set rumors, and what they found only made things juicier. Now the whole internet's whispering that this isn't just about old tension on set anymore. It's personal. And if the streets are right, Taraji's new friendship with Ime might be the spark that finally blew this whole thing wide open. Exactly what everybody had been digging for finally came out. Word spread fast that Nia Long had a major attitude on set. Folks were calling her standoffish, snobby, and just plain hard to deal with. From her hair to her makeup and wardrobe, insiders claimed she wanted everything done her way or no way at all. Now, sure, some might say that's just standard diva behavior in Hollywood, but when the details started leaking, it became clear Nia wasn't just confident, she was competing, and not just with anyone. She was allegedly gunning straight for Taraji. Around that time, rumors hit the blogs that Nia wouldn't be coming back for Empire's 4th season. But before she dipped, insiders claimed she tried to pull a major power move. They said Nia pitched new storylines, pushed for more screen time, and basically wanted to edge her way into Taraji's spotlight. Word is, if she had her way, she would have gone toe-to-toe with Cookie Lyon herself for the queen spot of the show. But the production team wasn't having it. They could already see the storm brewing behind the scenes and shut that idea down before it exploded. Plus, Cookie was already the fan favorite. Nobody wanted to mess with a character that built the empire of Empire. So when Taraji got wind of what Nia was allegedly plotting, baby, she was not about to let that slide. Insiders say Taraji made it very clear she wasn't going to let anyone play in her lane. The tension got so bad that crew members had to separate them completely. Imagine, two powerful actresses on one set and the energy so thick they couldn't even shoot scenes together anymore. The producers were walking on eggshells just trying to keep things from blowing up on camera. This wasn't just acting beef, it was a real-life Hollywood showdown. So when Taraji caught wind that Nia Long was out here trying to slide into her spotlight, insiders say she was heated, like genuinely shocked that Nia would even try it. But here's where the plot thickens, because after Nia dipped from Empire, these two completely cut ties. They weren't spotted together at events, interviews, or even the same Hollywood circles. Nothing. It was like they made a silent agreement to stay far away from each other, until Taraji allegedly got herself tangled up with none other than Ime Udoka. Yeah, that Ime, Nia Long's ex and the father of her son. Now, let's rewind a bit. Nia and Ime started dating back in 2010, got engaged in 2015, and looked solid from the outside. They were that power couple everyone rooted for. But in 2022, everything crashed when Ime got exposed for having relations with not one, but two women on the Boston Celtics staff, both married. That scandal blew up overnight and had Nia's name dragged into headlines she never asked for. The whole situation was humiliating. Sources said Nia was crushed, completely blindsided that her fiancé had betrayed her like that, and to make it worse, the entire world was watching it unfold. She wasn't just heartbroken, she was embarrassed. But here's the wild twist. Word on the street is Nia was actually planning to forgive him and move forward quietly just to protect her peace.
All started over a joke.
Nia reportedly showed up to set late, and one of the male actors said to her,
"Why are you always on black people's time?" Which, you know, amongst the black peoples, is not that big of a deal.
And Nia went off on the dude, which made Taraji jump in and say to her,
"Why are you so mad? Are you on your period?"
Yet before she could even process the whole mess, Ime was allegedly out here catching vibes with Taraji P. Henson, like not even a full recovery period before he moved on. And now, that's when things got real personal for Nia, because this wasn't just some Hollywood rumor anymore. This was her ex, her pain, and her old on-set rival all tangled together. The shade turned into pure betrayal in her eyes, and that's when the claws started coming out. Now here's where the story turns from messy to downright explosive. When Nia found out about Taraji and Ime allegedly linking up, she didn't take it lightly at all. Insiders say she went from quiet heartbreak to full-on fury, feeling like the ultimate betrayal just smacked her in the face. I mean, think about it. First, her man embarrasses her publicly, and then the woman she already had long-standing tension with allegedly ends up in his arms. That's like pouring salt straight into an open wound. According to people close to the situation, Nia felt blindsided all over again. She reportedly thought Taraji, of all people, would understand the humiliation she went through when that scandal broke. Instead, she's hearing whispers that Taraji's been comforting Ime behind the scenes. And baby, that sent Nia's emotions straight through the roof. Sources say she's been venting to friends, saying Taraji crossed the one line you never cross, getting involved with a woman's ex, especially one she already had drama with. But here's the kicker. Taraji's not backing down either. Word is, she's brushing off the backlash and acting like she owes no one an explanation. She's reportedly saying that she and Ime are just two adults enjoying each other's company, and that it's nobody's business what they do. Still, that didn't stop social media from going up in flames once the rumors hit the blogs. Fans instantly took sides, with some calling Taraji cold for allegedly dating Nia's ex, while others said Nia's just mad that Ime moved on. And let's be real, the internet loves a good Hollywood feud, especially when it involves two iconic women who've both been on top of their game for years. But this situation feels deeper than gossip. It's about pride, ego, and heartbreak all tangled together in the public eye. Now everyone's watching closely to see what happens next, because one wrong move from either of them could turn this quiet tension into an all-out Hollywood war. And just when you thought this drama couldn't get any messier, boom, it did! Word on the curb is that Nia Long's been letting her frustration show in subtle ways, dropping cryptic captions and liking shady posts that fans swear are aimed straight at Taraji. You know how social media detectives are, they catch everything. One minute, Nia's posting about loyalty being rare these days, and the next, Taraji's uploading selfies talking about peace looks good on me. Coincidence? Please. The internet said this was nothing short of digital warfare between two Hollywood queens. Meanwhile, Ime's out here acting completely unbothered. He's been spotted smiling in public, moving like he's on top of the world, while two of the industry's most beloved women are allegedly caught in his shadow. Some insiders even claim he's been bragging about having Taraji by his side now, which, if true, might explain why Nia's been so pressed lately. It's like he flipped the whole situation and walked away looking like the prize, when in reality he's the one who started all this chaos in the first place. Now, fans are split right down the middle. Some people are riding for Nia, saying she's earned her peace after all the humiliation she went through, and Taraji should have known better. Others are backing Taraji, saying she's single, grown, and free to date whoever she wants. But no matter which side you're on, one thing's for sure, this situation got the whole internet talking. And with both of these women being industry veterans with loyal fan bases, it's only a matter of time before one of them breaks their silence for real. Because if either Nia or Taraji decides to speak their truth publicly, this Hollywood Cold War could explode overnight. And trust, when that happens, it's gonna shake the whole entertainment scene to its core. Now the latest twist got everybody talking even louder. Sources close to Nia say she's done playing nice and has started letting the truth spill to her inner circle, claiming Taraji didn't just accidentally fall for Ime, but was allegedly flirting with him long before the relationship went public. Woo, that's a bombshell if true. Some even claim that Taraji and Ime had been spotted together months before the news broke, sharing a little too much chemistry for just friends. And once that tea leaked, the internet exploded with side-by-side photos and wild theories trying to piece the timeline together.
We open doors for brown girls to be exactly who we are, and that's beautifully complicated. And so it's been a blessing and a curse, because here's what I do know. Nia Long knows her light. Nia Long knows her makeup. Nia Long knows her hair. And you probably can't talk me into something else unless you show me. If you want to call that difficult, then Sorry.
Meanwhile, Taraji's camp is reportedly calling all of that nonsense. They're saying she had no clue about Nia's lingering feelings and that people are just trying to drag her name for clicks. But still, fans aren't buying it, especially when both actresses started doing interviews around the same time, dropping comments that seemed like thinly veiled shots. Nia mentioned how some people will smile in your face but play you behind the scenes, while Taraji talked about keeping her circle clean from energy that doesn't serve her anymore. Oh, it's definitely giving subliminal shots. And now it's not just about the man, it's about pride, reputation, and the crown of who's the real Hollywood queen. These two have worked for decades to build their names, and neither one's about to be painted as the villain. But what makes this whole mess even juicier is that producers are reportedly circling the situation, trying to get both women on the same red carpet or event just to see what happens. Because let's be real, if Nia and Taraji ever end up in the same room again, the tension's gonna be thick enough to slice. One look, one smile, one word could set everything off again. And when it does, you better believe the whole world will be watching. Front row, popcorn in hand, ready for every explosive second. And just when everyone thought the fire had died down, Taraji threw gasoline on it without even blinking. She recently popped out at an event looking absolutely stunning, rocking a designer fit that had everyone talking, but what really had tongues wagging was who she showed up with. Yep, Ime Udoka himself. Cameras caught them arriving separately but leaving together, and social media lost its collective mind. The blogs went wild, fans were dissecting body language, and within hours, Taraji and Ime was trending like crazy. Now, insiders claim that Nia found out about that appearance the same night and was absolutely furious. Sources say she was blindsided, especially since she thought Ime was keeping things low-key out of respect, but seeing Taraji so confidently step out in public with him, that felt like a direct message and not the kind that ends peacefully.
Nia Long, if she was with him for 13 years, right, and they still hadn't gotten married, but they were engaged, there was probably some underlying issues there. Maybe this was the straw that broke the camel's back. You know, and when you are a celebrity like that, being publicly humiliated, I think the stakes are a little bit higher. Just like she can't embarrass him publicly, he can't embarrass her. And when one of them breaks that promise, it is devastating.
People close to Nia say she's been quietly fuming, calling it a calculated move to humiliate her, while Taraji's friends insist she's just living her best life and has zero time for old drama. But here's where it gets real interesting. Hollywood's starting to pick sides behind the scenes. Some industry folks are saying Taraji's boldness is legendary, that she's showing the world she's not scared of anyone. Others think she's playing a dangerous game, risking her reputation for a man who already proved he doesn't know how to keep things private. Either way, everybody's watching her every move. And let's not forget, Nia's fans are riding for her. They've been flooding Taraji's comments, calling her out and demanding answers, while Taraji's loyal supporters are clapping back just as hard. The whole thing's turned into a digital battleground, Team Taraji versus Team Nia, and the energy is spicy. At this point, what started as quiet tension between two actresses has turned into a full-blown Hollywood showdown with no end in sight. Because when love, pride, and legacy collide in front of the world, it's never just gossip, it's war dressed in designer. It's giving double standards at this point. Nia Long's been acting like Taraji deliberately tried to wreck her home, but from Taraji's point of view, she didn't do a single thing wrong. Like, let's be real, did Nia really expect Taraji to owe her some kind of loyalty after all that tension they had? In Taraji's eyes, once Nia and Ime were done, he was fair game. She's not about to tiptoe around someone who's been throwing shade at her for years just to keep the peace. Taraji reportedly feels like she finally found something or someone that makes her happy, and she's not apologizing for that. She's saying, why should I have to walk on eggshells just because Nia's still mad? And honestly, she has a point, because if we're keeping it 100, Nia didn't care about stepping on toes back on Empire when she allegedly tried to slide into Taraji's spotlight. So now that the tables have turned, Taraji's not losing sleep over who feels salty about her choices. But here's the million-dollar question. Did Taraji really cross a line here, or is Nia just being bitter because she lost twice, on screen and off? Drop your thoughts below, because this one got Hollywood divided. And trust, this ain't the last we'll be hearing about it. This feud still got plenty of drama left to unfold.